Hi friends, I wanted to make a video updating you on my crow situation, namely that I have a crow situation. I really like crows. I really like crow art. I have an entire wall in my house that's decorated with various crow art. I have little iron crow statues out in my garden. I really like crows. I think they're cool birds. They're quirky and weird and tenacious and kind of assholes, and they appeal to me. About 2 years ago, I bought a crow call. In fact, I made a video on it, and I thought, well, I'm going to attract some crows to my yard because I want some crow friends. I'll put in some footage of my first video with the crow call. Okay, it came. So we're going to check it out. And find waffles. Time to go and rage the neighbors. So I'm kind of too scared to go outside and do it because my neighbors are outside. So I'm just gonna stand out here at the screen door and do it from the door. I did the call from my living room a bunch of times. I'm too scared to go outside and frighten the neighbors, so the comments made it sound like I need to do it regularly for a few days before I start having any results. But I did put a few peanuts out there, so maybe they'll find it before the squirrels find it, and I'll keep. I blew the crow call for about 2 or 3 weeks before I gave up. I realized I never see crows in my neighborhood, and kind of I think the reason for that is because down the street there's some big open sports fields, and why would the crows ever come to my house when they can have their congregation and the buffet of worms in the grass and all that, anytime they want. So they're always hanging out there. They're never in my neighborhood. So I sort of gave up on it. I'm like, well, a crow friend, as much as I wanted, is probably not in the books for me. But then about 2 weeks ago, a couple crows landed on my roof. And I saw them. I rushed to my kitchen and I looked around to see if I could find something to give them, to tell them that this is a place you should come back to. And I found a bag of chips. I want to pause here and make a disclaimer. Potato chips are not good for crows. Not good for any birds. The salt's not good for them. Also, it's junk food. It's not good for people either, but, they're delicious. And I know, as anyone who lives in an urban environment knows, that crows like junk food. They like all kinds of garbage. They will eat pretty much anything. Roadkill, hamburger wrapper in the trash can, whatever. Crows are down for it. But I had a bag of chips, a little, personal bag of chips, and I ran out and I put it out there, and one of the crows would fly down and take a chip and fly away. He liked those chips. His buddy would watch from the neighbor's roof because he's more shy. And since that day, I have seen my crow buddy every single day in my yard, except one day I didn't see him, but that doesn't mean he didn't come by. After the chips, I went and got him some unsalted peanuts because crows do like nuts, and peanuts are the only ones that are in my budget because it turns out actual nuts are very expensive, which I wouldn't know because I'm actually allergic to nuts. I have a little feeder tray, and every morning I put some peanuts in it and a little bit of dry cat food, which they also like. And then I blow on my crow call, just in case he learns to associate that crow call with feeding time. And then I go back inside, and he comes by and eats it almost every day. And whatever he doesn't eat during the day, I'm pretty sure there's a raccoon in the neighborhood that cleans it up at night, because sometimes the tray is overturned and everything is gone. And usually the crow will just, take one thing out at a time. So far, the crow has not told any of his other friends about this food bounty. Maybe he selfishly wants to keep it all for himself. And the one friend that I have seen with him a couple times has never come over, except for once he came and flew on top of the garage, kind of watched. But I've never seen him eat the food, and most of the time he watches from the neighbor's roof. I know there's 2 crows that know about it at least, but there's only the one that ever comes and visits me. But I'm okay with that. I don't need a whole army of crows, although that would be kind of awesome. No, I'm happy with one crow friend, as long as I can really work on making him my friend. So I was kind of looking up things that crows like besides food. Like, do they like shiny things? What can I get him presents to make him love me more? And one thing I saw is that unlike other birds that are scared of bird decoys, crows actually like bird decoys. I don't know if they're like, oh, that guy's over there and he feels safe, and so they make them feel comfortable, or what, but crows like crow decoys. And I already had, like I said, some crow art out in the garden, little iron ones. But I actually put out a plastic crow decoy, and then my husband got me a couple more as a gift. So like just my whole yard is full of like fake crows right now, and I'm sure the neighbors think that I'm fucking crazy. But you know what? I kind of don't care because I have a crow friend, and I'm really hoping that he sticks around and becomes like my best friend. I have a bird bath that's by the regular bird feeder, that's by the tray I put out for him, and I catch him washing his peanuts in there and everything sometimes. And in the morning, sometimes I'll get up and it'll be full of peanut shells. I bought a little extra security camera, and I kind of put it in the little garden areas to point down so I could collect footage on him. 2 days I was outside doing various whatever yard work, and he landed on the garage or on my driveway and kind of watched me. I went out and I put the tray in the driveway, and then I backed away, and he just took it from there. So he will come by when I am outside, but he's still very cautious. And unfortunately, last week I saw him outside, and I went out to say hi to him because I want him to like me. Crows can recognize faces, so I'm kind of hoping I can make him actually like, associate me with these things he likes. And unfortunately, I have one of my cats that likes eating grass. She slipped out the screen door so she could run to the yard, her favorite thing to do. And he saw and got really mad and started yelling a bunch and flew up in our tree and then flew off. So I'm hoping that she didn't undo a couple weeks worth of work. But I'm still working on it. He's still coming by. I'm putting way more effort into this than I should, but I really would like a crow friend, and I'm trying very hard to make one. But yeah, I have a crow friend, and I'm working on making him love me. So yeah, that's what's going on. And since I had done a video when I made my crow call, and I have some pictures and video of my crow friend and of the garden, I thought I would put together a little video so you can meet my crow friend. And so that's what this is. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you, guys.